Pound for Pound Sports Entertainment. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button right now. It's your host, F. Merritt. We got Cody Crowley in the building. What's going on, champ?
Not much, brother. Like I said, just getting back in the gym. It was a big weekend of fights. It has me excited.
Okay. I seen you were in attendance for the Errol Spence Terence Crawford fight. What was your thoughts going into the fight, and then what was your reaction after it ended?
Very unique, you know. I've anticipated that fight for a long time, many years, like everyone else did. And I've foreseen it as, you know, Spence kind of walking through and Crawford not being able to hold him off. But leading up to that fight, I was spun around in a 360 because all of a sudden I was looking at the all access and watching the fighters get prepped. I was just looking in and feeling Spence, and it looked like his body was tired, like there's some nerve issues going on neurologically, the connection from, you know, when he's trying to do stuff. And then Crawford, he just kept feeling stronger, like this fire inside of him was building and building, and it kind of went exactly as that, you know. It was great though. I'm happy for both guys. It was a fight that they needed for their career. Didn't go the best for one of them, but shoot, Terence Crawford, hats off to you, brother. I'm happy for you. I'm proud of you, and I want that opportunity.
Absolutely. What did you think of the turnout for that fight as far as the spectacle?
It was awesome. Even the weigh-ins, there was almost 18,000 people there for the weigh-ins. It felt like all of Dallas was there, all of Omaha, Nebraska was there. They were shutting down the scene of Vegas, so it was great for the city. It was great for the sport of boxing, and it was great for the fans. Most of all, it was great for the fans. They wanted this, and they got it.
So, what do you think you need to do as far as putting yourself in a position to be in a spectacle like that? Do you need the names? Do you need to?
I think just the names and the opportunities. I'm not one that goes out there searching for clickbait and trying to, you know, get out there socially like that. I just I put in the hard work behind the scenes and just climb up the rankings and come in through the back door. And, you know, I've done that now. I got my mandatory position. The whole entire welterweight division is about to open right up when all these belts become free and vacant. So I really don't think I need to do anything else other than just keep walking through the doors that I've created. The opportunity is there now, and as long as I go in and I do what I'm supposed to do, which is win, which is dominate, which is prove why I'm here, why I am one of the best, and why I am a world champion, everybody will know who Cody Crowley is after his next fight.
Absolutely. It says Errol activated his rematch clause. Hopefully it's going to happen at 154. Do you think it should even be a rematch?
To be honest, I don't. The only reasoning for it is just kind of to draw more money. You know, but after something like that, do all the fans want to see the rematch? Definitely not at 47. 54, it there's a little bit of room for what if, right? What if it was the weight cut? What if it was just a bad night? You know, what if he's able to come in 8 pounds stronger, you know? Or 8 pounds of more lean muscle tissue. Maybe fight night, that means he comes in, you know, 15 pounds heavier than he normally does fighting at 47. It could totally change the fighter, the being, how he feels in there. His minerals could be different. He could just be that much more in tune with his body. You never know. So as far as giving him another shot, of course, I'd want to do the rematch 100% at 54. Why go to 47? Why, you know, you've already done that. We've already scratched the surface. But I think if they do it at 54, let's let these belts go quick. You know, you already have your intention set on where you're going. There's no reason on holding things up for the other guys. I respect you guys. I appreciate what you guys are doing, but if you're not staying, get out of the way.
Exactly. So who is on your hit list at 147?
147, like I said, I'm going for my WBC title. Number 2 in the rankings is Ugas in the WBC. Legally, I know right now they still have Keith Thurman in there as number 1, even though he's been inactive for over 12 months with no scheduled fight. So technically, you cannot even be in the top 10 rankings. Given you the respect of being a world champion, everything you've done with the sport, they've continued to allow you to be in those rankings. But to be number 1 after I fought for a title eliminator, I don't see that, and I don't believe that, and it is untrue. It's an illusion. So I see myself fighting Ugas, but if they want to give me Thurman, I'll fight Thurman too. That's a guy who has a little bit more of a name, popularity here in America, and I think it would do my career even more benefit than fighting Ugas.
Yeah, I mean, it's a former unified champion right there.
Yeah, and to be honest, I'll fight any of them. Boots is another guy I want to fight. He's a talented guy. If you're in fighting, you always want to fight the best. Otherwise, what's the point of fighting? You're not actually fighting or striving for greatness, right? Mm-hmm. Everything has to make sense, of course, but I'll fight all of them. And right now, my positioning, which makes the most sense, is CODY CROWLEY becoming a world champion for the WBC, fighting Ugas or Thurman. Mm-hmm. Next fight, I would love to fight Boots. I would love to do a unification title fight. I believe he's going to have that IBF strap, real soon. The welterweight division's about to get real hot, and the guys who really want to fight are about to be able to showcase that and go collect everything that they've been working for.
Absolutely. I mean, you mentioned Keith Thurman. He's been running around saying that, he wants a fight and he wants an opportunity at Errol Spence, and he was supposed to be getting ready for Errol Spence, but, that fight fell through. Did anyone reach out to you guys for a Keith Thurman fight?
He's been on the table for, honestly, over a year. Every single time I go to fight, his name does get mentioned in the pot. I know that we've went and thrown out offers to him, but he said he wasn't interested in the fight. I truly only see kind of a last leg left standing for his career. So why wouldn't he go for the biggest fights? Why wouldn't he try and cash in? Mm-hmm. That's you just seen him going out there with the craziness, Clarissa Shields thing going on, right? Anything that will make money and noise, why wouldn't he? Why shouldn't he jump on it? Mm-hmm. It seems more that route than going in there and biting down and actually climbing the rankings of the current boxing scene.
Mm-hmm. How does a fight with Keith Thurman and CODY CROWLEY end?
I would love to stop him. Take him to deep waters. Let him know that, he's old. Everything in there. There might not be a big of a tank as there once was. And to show what I believe where he truly stands in the rankings. It's another generation coming up. No disrespect to him, but you say you're up there, you say you're the best. Well, come take on a young guy who's coming up right under you who believes he is the best. Stay relevant. Beat the up-and-comer. Beat the undefeated guy. Show that you got not one leg left, that you got a whole bunch of fights left. That's what we want to see as fans.
Absolutely. I know one of the things that people say about PBC nowadays is the lack of inactivity. For you personally, how many times a year would you like to fight?
Me personally, 2 or 3 times a year. If things were going smoothly, you could fight 4 times a year. Mm-hmm. But there's so much so much craziness going on in the world right now, and things up and down so quickly that it's hard to make these fights happen. You can't. Then when they don't have fights all the time, they expect these fighters just to stay in the gym 24/7 and be ready to pick up that call. Like, oh yeah, I'm ready. I could take a fight in 4 weeks. The biggest fight of their life. And they don't, not realizing that maybe that dude was just spent, 8 months training for fights and has nothing, and went and, his nervous system is starting to get taxed. His adrenal glands are starting to get taxed. It's putting excess stress on his liver, and then his neurological, mental health is starting to go. So I feel like boxing would be better, and they would get more out of their fighters if they did have better structure and emphasize and have compassion for what the fighter goes through mentally and physically going into a fight, during the fight, and after the fight. There's a reason why so many professional athletes, once they're done or still in it, are on some sort of pain medication or mental health medication. And they aren't that balanced. So I think a lot of it comes from the inactivity and not knowing when you're going to fight, who you're going to fight. You can only be running from a bear for so long.
Absolutely. I mean,
so I've really started to understand my worth and my value and what I bring to the table every single time you have a fighter who never, ever, ever once, one of the biggest welterweights in the world, never shows up overweight, not even close to weight. I'm coming in pounds underweight. I'm coming into the media weigh-ins. I'm coming into the interviews. I'm showing up fight night, scrapping. I'm doing everything I have to do on my end. And I believe, it's time for the promoters and people on the other side to do their ends and make sure it's an even exchange and it's fair.
Do you think things will be able to change whenever you get a title? You'll be the one kind of calling the shots, picking when you want to fight?
I would hope to have an impact on that. I'm a very free speaker and open-minded kind of person. And I feel like if I had the right platform, I'd be able to show more of what's going on in boxing and help lead the way in the direction of how I want fighters to be treated, how I want the fights to happen. So I wouldn't say it was me doing it, but I would say I put my energy there.
I'm with you. You mentioned
even someone like Gervonta, Davis. He was saying, he's like, I don't know how much longer I'm going to be around in here, but I want to do it for the ones coming up. He sees the gaps in the game. He sees the holes. He sees so many fighters falling off when they could be world champions, and he wants to go and help bridge those gaps. And I think that's what's about to happen, is these next generation of fighters are coming in to make a whole new wave.
Absolutely. Speaking of next generation fighters, you mentioned him earlier, Mr. Jaron Ennis. What's your thoughts on him?
Awesome guy, great talent. He's sharp, he's quick, he's fiery. He makes it exciting for the people. I think he's a tremendous fighter. And that being said, why wouldn't I want to fight him? Becoming the best fighter in the world, the only way people believe you're great is if you do something that they didn't think you could do. And I believe that he's a perfect opponent for that, where people would never expect someone to be able to beat him. They put him on such a pedestal. So when you're fighting to try and show people something and they just can't quite see it, kind of have to do the impossible. And I would love to shed a lot of lightness on that situation. Like I said, after my WBC opportunity, it's right there.
I mean, there was a rumor. I have to ask about the rumor. It was a rumor going around that Jaron Ennis offered you the fight and you guys turned it down. Is there any truth to that? I
can't even say if, that's true or not, the amount of calls and names that get thrown around is absolutely ridiculous, to the point where I will say yes, agree, and go and ask for a contract, and then by the time I get a contract, it's a whole new person. So somewhere down the line, there's pipelines being broken. Has Boots Ennis been brought up before? Absolutely. Did it fit the agenda that I was trying to go, or the route that I was trying to go? No. So I did what I had to do. You know, this is the art of war. Now I'm the number one mandatory in the WBC. So that's the game I'm going.
Okay.
But like I said, once my position is filled, I would love that. Say it right here now. That'll be my next fight for a unification fight.
Absolutely.
First quarter of 2024.
All right. What was it? You sparred some notable names in the past, like Floyd Mayweather, Gervonta Davis. When did you spar Floyd, and please describe how that went?
Yeah, I boxed Floyd. Was it 2015 when he fought Pacquiao?
Yeah, I think so.
Yes, that was the first time I ever boxed him. He brought me into camp. Well, they got a call for camp. I showed up there for about 2 or 3 weeks, and they wouldn't use me because they didn't know who I was. I was bigger than what they wanted. Floyd was just beating up on some dudes, and then one day he wasn't in a good mood. He wanted to beat someone up, and they said, "Canada, you're up." I jumped in the ring, and we went well over 12 rounds, banged it out together. And then he stopped, tapped me on the fist, and rolled out of the ring. And since then, we probably boxed about 200 rounds, 300 rounds together. He kept me on for the Pacquiao fight, and then brought me on for the Conor McGregor fight. And you know, I've boxed many rounds with over 30 plus world champions. They know who CODY CROWLEY is, and they know where I'm supposed to be, and that's about to happen very, very soon.
Okay. And the Gervonta Davis sparring session, when did that happen, and describe how that went?
That was after my first time with Floyd. I still remember because I was boxing his buddy Malik Hawkins. So we were down in Baltimore, getting some work in with him, and then I felt like I was, you know, landing some hot stuff. And Tank's on the side of the ring, just, you know, talking, trying to get me out of my vibe, my flow. And then I was telling him, grab your stuff. Let's go. I got energy. I got rounds. Once your guy's done, let's go. And that didn't quite happen, but he brought his stuff the next day. He went home, grabbed his stuff. He's calling Floyd, "Yo, can this white dude actually fight? Is he good?" And we went in there and had a hell of a sparring session. I don't go and really say, you know, what happened or anything, but guys who can fight know that CODY CROWLEY can fight. So I got to say, hats off to him. That was the hardest I've ever been punched by any fighter, was by Davis. Yeah, the dude he is so small and short and compact, and it's like a Mike Tyson, how hard he's punching, like pounds per pressure or inch or whatever they call it. Yeah, I wish nothing but the best for the guy. I think he's an absolute animal. But, you know, just like any dog, there's always a certain way to walk it.
Absolutely. We got some fights coming up. We got Jake Paul versus Nate Diaz. What's your thoughts on that?
Shoot, I'm excited, bro. I'm excited for that fight as a fan, just all around fight fan. You're gonna have awesome celebrities. The fighter's gonna be there. Just a great time in general. And what it's doing for boxing is amazing. For all the fight games, the reason why boxing has been able to be so dark and so run certain ways is because not many people have eyes on it, right? The more awareness on the sport, the more light that can come in and shine on that darkness, and we can maybe get some truth to shine. So when we have millions and millions and millions of new people wanting to watch boxing, all of a sudden it opens the doors for other people to come in and set up better structures and foundations. So the sport can actually grow, because the foundation that it's on right now, it can't possibly grow. Anytime it does, it feels like it'll collapse. It's not built on truth.
Absolutely.
So it's great for the sport, and it's helping every fighter out, as much as people don't want to admit it. Like even me and myself, this dude is only having a couple fights and he's green, but he's getting filled arenas, thousands of people, millions of people watching him. He's living a world title movie, a real life Rocky movie in his world, right? And to other fighters who have worked so hard to get opportunities like that but couldn't create it, it kind of feels a little bit like a victim mentality, right? And shitty. But no, he's helping. He is helping. He's bringing more attention, awareness, and know that it is going to help you and come back full circle.
Getting fighting career.
Nate, who doesn't love seeing Nate scrap, man? Yeah. I don't know if he's going to go in there and throw a punch, throw a slap, throw a ball kick. You never know what to expect from that guy, other than a rock'em sock'em robot fight. So it's going to tell a lot about Jake Paul.
Really? Okay.
I believe so.
We got Anthony Joshua taking on Dillian Whyte, the rematch. Allegedly, Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder are supposed to fight maybe in January, so he's going to have to come out on top in this fight. What's your thoughts about that?
Yeah. To be honest, I haven't really been watching many heavyweights. But AJ, I hope he's still young. He's got so much potential, and I want to see him turn it around, because he can make for some exciting fights. But he's on a whole new journey right now with Derek out in Texas. So I'm excited to see his transformation as a fighter and a being human. About the fight, I can't really say, but AJ, I want to see him do better.
Okay. We got Jermell Charlo taking on Canelo Alvarez, September 30th, Las Vegas. What's your thoughts on that fight?
I think the same as most. If that's me being biased, it's Canelo. You can see it doesn't matter what weight Canelo fights at, because he doesn't fight off the body in front of him. He's fighting off principles. It's not muscle, it's not speed, not even stamina. It's tactics and principles, and where he's putting your mind and your nervous system. And he does that same thing to any fighter, no matter what weight division they're in. So you just went up and proved that you can go and take on these giants, and now you're coming right back down. To me, it kind of seems like playing with this food a little bit. But shoot, I'm not calling any fighter out. Charlo still has a chance. Any fighter with any two fists and a beating heart has a chance of winning. But this is just my opinion. Yeah, I think Canelo's it's gonna be a clean sweep.
Okay. I mean, you were seeing that the Errol Spence Terence Crawford fight. Terence Crawford was yelling at Jermell Charlo inside of the ring. Hopefully, if Jermell Charlo comes back to 54, Terence Crawford goes up to 54. How does that fight happen?
Fireworks. You've seen the fire right there, right? You've seen two guys that just want to go at it. So bring on these fights. Man, there's so much talking outside. Let's just see the guys fight. That's all I want to see.
Absolutely. When can the fans expect you to get back in the ring, champ?
End of October, November.
Okay. I know you're excited about that.
Yeah, very, very, very excited. Like I said, I'm just getting back in the gym right now. I've been away for a long time. I had to clear my head, do some things, but I'm back. I'm ready. I'm focused. I'm hungry. I'm intentional. And the only thing in my mind is that WBC title, which I've earned my spot for. And Keith Thurman, Ugas, it doesn't matter who it is. The world's going to find out who Cody Crowley is, and I am going to be the WBC welterweight champion of the world.
All right. Mr. Cody Crowley, we appreciate you for your time. Let the fans know where they can reach you at, man.
Pretty simple. Social media, guys. Instagram, that's it. Cody Crowley Boxing. Give me a follow, like, share, comment, shoot me a DM, anything. I appreciate all the support, guys. Thank you. Thank you, Pound for Pound Sports Entertainment. I appreciate you guys connecting with the fighters. You guys are doing an awesome job. Keep shining, keep thriving, and hope to see you guys at the next fights.
All right. Appreciate you, man.
Have a great day, brother. Take care.
All right, man.